We are the fastest growing county in the state, and our census says we are a very young county. If you drive through my neighborhood and open up your laptop, you'll find wireless signals all up and down the street. And I think we ought to be advocating for technology uses anywhere and everywhere we can in the county. I think we ought to be advocating for more uses of it. In one particular area I think we need to be advocating for is for registrations of boats, ATVs, RVs, snowmobiles online. If I can register my car online, I should be able to do that. And that's one example where I would want to be an advocate for the people of the county to implement new ideas and new uses for technology.
Is the number of employees in the recorder's office correct, or should it be changed?
Well, having not been in there, I can't answer that question very well, but what I have said to the recorder's office staff I have spoke to, my plan when I'm elected county recorder is to come in and implement a 60-day review of the office and ask for input from the staff. Find out what we could be doing better. I know one staff person I've talked to has said they have not had the opportunity to give a lot of input. So my plan would be to come in, take a look at the office for 60 days, and then put together a new plan on how we could restructure the office if necessary. So that's my plan. We would, at the end of the 60 days, identify the staffing needs. If we had a need for more staff, we would, of course, go to the supervisors and request that. I don't think we probably do have a need for more staff. And I think to keep our budget in balance, we ought to try to stay where we are and save money where we can. So if there's an opportunity to do that, of course, we'd look at those and try to take every opportunity to save taxpayer dollars where we can. But I would ask you to look at my record and everything I've done in my life, my professional life. I started with the Walking Chamber of Commerce almost 3 years ago. We're one of the smallest chambers in the metro area. Today we're one of the largest chambers in the metro, excluding West Des Moines, Urbandale, and Ankeny. We've seen extraordinary growth. That growth hasn't just happened because I've been sitting in the office. It's happened because of leadership and working with people. So while it's true I might not have time in the office, I would say look at my experience and everything else I've done, and that'll prove that the job can be done by me. An elected legislature passed the Defense of Marriage Act. An elected governor signed it, and an appointed Supreme Court said it's not constitutional. Prior to the Defense of Marriage Act, there was no law in the books defining marriage. So today, with the Defense of Marriage Act taken off the books, there still is not a law defining marriage. Our Attorney General has issued his opinion that recorder's offices across the state should issue marriage licenses to same-sex couples. I happen to disagree with his opinion. I will follow the law, though, whatever the law says I need to do. I think the way to solve this is to get a vote of the people, and if I can be an advocate to encourage our legislature to get it on the ballot, I'll do that every day so we have a law in the books defining the issue.
But I will not campaign for it. I will not be a lobbyist. That's a personal opinion that I think you need to do on your own time. Not using taxpayers' dollars to go down to the State House and lobby.
Wayne, I've sat on platform committees a number of different years. In putting together the platforms, you realize when you look at an issue, you might not agree with it 100%, but when you get to meet the people that really work on putting these platforms together, you understand their passion for it. And whether I was to agree with every single plank in it or not, I know the elected delegates of the Dallas County Convention passed that, and as a Republican on the ballot, it's my pledge to stand up for that party platform in every instance.
If you are chosen in June to be the Republican candidate at the general election in November, you're going to have to run against your boss. What changes to the office are you looking to make that caused you to make the decision to be in a position where you would have to run against your current boss?
That's tough because she has been a great leader and a great teacher.
How would you respond to her comments, arguments that your campaign has been overly aggressive on that particular topic?
Well, I was interested to hear her bring that up because she mentioned an article in the Dallas County News about missing birth records. I can't control what the press writes. I don't know why Lori thinks I had something to do with that. If I could control the press, I'd be running for president, not for county recorder. The fact that you think I could do that, I think is just ridiculous. You say aggressiveness. At our last Central Committee meeting, you sat in front of the entire Central Committee, and you brought up on your own and mentioned that you supported Cindy in the last election. And you said you did that to protect your job, for job security. And yes, I did post that on my Facebook page because I thought that was an interesting comment that you made. And anybody who was there would have heard you say that. They were your own words. It's nothing that I manufactured. The Dallas County News story is nothing that I manufactured. For me to share the press or to repeat something that you've said, I don't see that as being aggressive. I don't think the office is just to be there to actually record documents, issue licenses and registrations. Of course, that's the main purpose of it. But I think our recorder should be an advocate for the people in the county. You are electing in a partisan election. If this was an office where, if we want to make this a nonpartisan office, let's make it an appointed job like we have in the assessor's office. This is a partisan election. Republicans are coming together to elect our nominee to run against the Democrats in November. It's my opinion that the recorder needs to be an advocate for the people, whether that's advocating for uses in technology, whether that's advocating going to the legislature and talking to Ralph Watts and Jerry Bain that we need to get the marriage issue on the ballot. So I think our staff is qualified, and I think after a review of the office, we can put together a new plan. Your material state you've lived in Dallas County for 24 years. And I have here a copy of Cindy Hall's disclosure statement from 4 years ago, where you contributed $250 in kind to our Democrat recorder, and it shows your address in Madison County. I've been told you have a home in Winterset. I saw on your Facebook page you had posted a comment back and forth with your son, thanks for the room. I saw your car outside, you have Madison County license plates on it. Could you please clarify for us where your actual residence is?
Yeah, I can. And when I turned my papers in, there was a time period when you could, and I'm not going to have the words right, but if you wanted to contest my residency, I'm still on the property down in Madison County. We did build a 30 by 30 bunkhouse, and we built that knowing I would be moving back to Dallas County.
I see Dallas County continuing to grow. I know specifically in the eastern part of the county where I live, we have some major projects going on. Alice's Road is going to be connected very soon to the interchange and the interstate. Hickman Road continues to evolve, Highway 6. And I know there's plans for growth in Adel and every other community in our county. So I see us continuing to grow. I see us maintaining the fastest growing county in the state status and one of the fastest growing counties in America. And I'm pleased that we're one of the fastest growing Republican counties in America, as we are the fastest growing Republican county in the state. My opponent seems to be running with a promise to continue things just as they are in the office. And if she wants to run on the current Democrat recorder's record, that's fine with me. But I think you all need to be aware of that. When you go to the voting booth on June 8th, I'm asking you yourself to look at the office and ask yourself, who will bring principled leadership to the office? Which candidate shares my values and will not run from their principles? Which candidate is running for the right reasons? We should elect a nominee that has integrity, that's running to be a servant of the people, not just running for a job. We should elect a nominee that will bring a positive vision to the county and be willing to advocate for that vision. We should elect a nominee that will bring principled leadership to the office and be a good manager of tax dollars and resources. We should elect a nominee that will be a good leader for our county and a good leader for our party. For more information on my campaign, I ask you to go to chadairhart.com, become a fan on Facebook, or follow me on Twitter. The support I have received has been very humbling, and I ask for your vote on June 8th for Chad Airhart for Dallas County Recorder.